Hello. I think our network has gone off. Hi, everyone. You're welcome to our live session this year. This is our first live this year. Hello, everyone, from wherever you're watching from. Hi, Sade. Sade is a new member. Hello, Sade. Hi, everyone. So I'll just keep this rolling till she is back. Yes, I think that was the network. Yeah, that was the network. So, hi everyone. Hello. How are you all doing? Happy New Year. This is our first live this year. If you are new here, you are welcome. My name is Omowumi. I'm an educationist. And on this channel, on both of our channels, we talk about teach abroad, life abroad. My colleague, my senior colleague, she's a senior colleague, she'll be back soon. She's also an educationist, she's a specialist, and you are welcome, guys. For the OGs, you're welcome back, and for the newbies, you're welcome. Like I said, I'm Momo Umi, and when she's back, she's going to introduce herself as well. So we are back, we are back, we are back like we never left. We do this every Sunday, but because of our busy schedule now, we are going to be doing this uh, maybe bi-weekly or maybe once a month. It depends on our schedule. You all know teachers all over the world are very busy, especially when it comes to term times. We are very busy. Hi everyone. Can you drop where you are watching us from? I have Lisa, Lawani. Lisa, hello Lisa. How you doing? Hi Litu. How you doing?
Hmm,
Yeah, she's back.
I am back. I'm so sorry about that. I don't know. Well, technology works when it works. I'm
Yeah.
using my yes. I'm just going to make sure that I can see people. Oh, apologies for that, but this is a good example of when you're attending an interview and you have
Mm.
backup. I always have backup. um, yeah. How are you all? As you can see, today is a day that I'm showing my other side of being prepared. Right. It's been a while. The last time we spoke to everyone was before the Christmas break. How has your
Mm.
Christmas break been? How have you all been? Mommy, how was your Christmas break?
Ah, well, we had, for those that followed us on her, what did we do? The Christmas,
The
what was it called?
Vlogmas.
The Vlogmas. Yes, for those that were still kind enough to follow us on Vlogmas, yes, we actually had Vlogmas both on our channels as well. So,
Yes,
yeah, we
it
have,
was
okay,
nice.
Litu is watching from UAE. Hi, Litu, you're welcome.
Hi. I cannot see because on my backup I'm using my phone, and so I can't even see any of the chats at the moment. But I'm still trying to see what is happening to my laptop. Is here in front of me. My phone is here in front of me. So bear with me. But this is a good example of why we are teachers and why we need to have backup. Can you imagine if this was an interview? I would go
Exactly.
off and I'll quickly come back because yeah, that's how we do
And
it.
then,
And
and
we
then you would actually be fidgeting because you're an interview. Oh my God, I need to get I need to get this done.
that is true. That is
Yeah.
true. But it's always good when you have a backup plan. I
Yeah,
have my phone, I've got my iPad, yeah,
it's just the best. It's
and
just the best.
I think my next port of call would have been to phone mommy on my phone. I would have gone, hello, mommy. I'm so sorry. Can you please, But this is what we say, guys. Always have a backup plan, and we are back with our backup plan. Today we're talking about key stages. This is one of our really, really good we want to talk about key stages because we got a lot of people asking us questions about, so what do they mean by key stage 1? What do they mean by key stage 2? What do they mean by key stage 3, key stage 4? How does it compare to grades? Is key stage 1 the same thing as grade 1? I think we've got that question before.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm the international school teacher for those who are always on our channel with us. Thank you very much for coming with us on this journey to increase representation in education. And so I'm the international school teacher, and Mommy is the UK teacher.
National school teacher.
Yes, but UK certified, teacher. So Mom is going to start with because most of the questions we got was about key stages. I teach at a British school, so I still use the same key stage that. So I teach at a British international school outside of the UK in Europe. So we still use the key stage. So it's always good, even if you're going to the international school, to know the key stages. But I'll let Momi tell us about the key stages today because she's our UK certified teacher.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Well, I've greeted you people when she was off. I'm greeting you again.
I could see doing that, and I was like, yes, yes, yes. While I was here scrambling, making sure that technology was working well on my side. But yes, I'll stop interrupting you and let you carry on now.
Okay, so just like she said, she's an international teacher and she's also teaching a British school, which is quite the same with what we use here. So with other countries, it might be different. I'm sure it's different with the US, it's different with what is happening in Nigeria. We are both Nigerians and we have taught in Nigeria. So yes, we know what's happening back home. So it's different from what we have in maybe Canada.
Yes.
Yeah. So in the UK, it's actually in stages. So we have the EYFS, we have the early years, we have the reception, we have the year 1, year 2, which is the key stage 1. We have the year 3 to 6, which is the key stage 2. And then we have the key stage 3, and we have key stage 4, and we also have key stage 5. I'm sure a lot of people are wondering what she's talking about. I'll break it down.
Right.
So when it comes to the early years, that is where we have the nursery and the preschool. Like currently, I have a daughter in preschool, and she was in nursery, and now because she'll be starting school this September, now she's in preschool, and she's so excited about. Like last week, she was just all about telling me that now they teach them because they are grooming them to starting school. They teach them how to sit on the carpet. She was so excited about sitting on the carpet. I was like, okay.
Oh, yes. Early years teachers, please just comment down below and tell her why excited to sit on the carpet. We make that carpet like yeah.
She was so excited to sit on the carpet, and well, I understand where she's from. So we have the nursery, we have the reception. Fine, the nursery and the reception might be in the same category. Yeah, might be in the same category, but they know how they group them and they know how they groom them to prepare some of them to start school September. And in the UK, we use age. Students are grouped by age and their abilities. I know we've talked about abilities as well, so I will not go deeply into abilities today because we've talked about that in the past. For those of us that are joining us for the first time, you can watch our past videos. Like I said, we do this every Sunday before, but now we're going to schedule to how we're going to be doing it. Yeah. So they will be grouped into for the nursery they are grouped. We have the nursery, we have the preschool. Like I said, some will be groomed to start school September. And yes, like I was saying, in the UK is based on age, is based on the age of the student. So even if you have a lower ability child, which is not a problem, yes, which is not a problem at all. Even if you have what we call the middle ability, and even if your child is the higher ability, we know where we are going to fix them. Don't worry. That's not a problem. That's not a problem. Don't worry. So, in the UK, students start school at age 4 fully. They start at age 3 with, depending on your immigration status, they start at age 3. And if you're an immigrant, the UK people call them immigrants, you'll be granted 15 hours for your child for age 3. 15 hours free, because the education system here is free till you get to the secondary school and then to the college. It is free of charge. We are not paying. So for 15, if you're an immigrant, you will get 15 hours free for your child from age 3, and your child will be in the nursery. But when your child is 4, depending on the month you gave birth to your child, when your child is 4, your child will start school fully. I am so lucky because all of my children, they are early born. So they start school like as at when due. If your child is if your child is late born, it's not a problem. Don't panic like, oh, I gave birth to my child in November, blah blah blah. It's just that they would fix your child into the a particular class your child will be. Okay, so like I said, school, the students start school for age 4. That is the age. And then if you're not an immigrant, if you have
permanent status or citizenship.
If you have your permanent status or your citizenship, or you are a citizen of one of the European countries, you will be granted 30 hours from age 3. Okay. You'll be granted 30 hours from age 3. So that means your child can go to school, I think, Monday to Thursday, full day.
Full time.
Yeah, full time. I think Monday to Thursday or Monday to Friday, full time. Yes.
I think you can choose the date you want. You can leave out one day, because I think so I went to inquire about this because of today, and they said you can choose Monday. So maybe you can choose Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, or you can choose. I mean, you have a chance to or you can even take all days as long as it's complete 30 hours.
Yes. So you can, like she said, which is very rare, you can spread it out. Like myself, because I am still I don't have my permanent status yet. So my daughter has 15 hours, and I chose the date that is the day that and time that is convenient for me. So she goes like 2 long days. I call it 2 long days, and then 1 half day, which is for 3 hours, because they are in school for 6 hours in a day. So with 15 hours, so that is 2 6-hour days, and then 1 half day, which is 3 hours. And if you want, you can top up. If you want to, probably you're working,
add more
and
hours.
Yes, you can add more hours, and then you pay for that, but you have to pay for that. So a lot of people pay for that, but I'm not paying because, well, I know how
There's
I go.
Point.
Yeah.
I think yours is easier because of your work. You don't have a special work timetable. We have to talk about your special work timetable. So because of your special work timetable, you have the luxury, and this is why we say people should come and enter this teaching. I mean, they will tailor it for you because of the shortage. So guys, see, she can smile because she can say, you know what, I'm not going to even do this. I'm just going to take let me stop. So
okay, so that is for the nursery, and then when they are grown to go to the early years, which the key stage 1, I mean, which is year 1, which is the reception year 1. We still call early years reception because they are still babies. They are just coming from the nursery. So for me, I still call them early years. They are coming from the nursery. So because currently
I think because of the provision they make for them, they call it what do they call it again? early years teacher that doesn't know the term. But continuous, because of continuous provision, because of those that were born from Easter up until August, those are the late born children. Because those children are still developing, they're still young, they're still the babies, unlike the ones that were born the September of the year before. So we have continuous provision. See how my early years teacher brain is on now. So we have the continuous provision so that it caters for those children who did not meet their early learning goals while they were still in reception. So when they go into year one, we still scaffold their learning to make sure that they are still doing EYFS stuff even though they're in year one.
Yes. Yes. So we have the reception whereby they do all their things, all their amazing things. And then from the
Yes.
reception, now they are now big boys, big girls. Now they will go to year one, which is key stage one as well. So they go to year
Yes.
one. After year one, they will go to year two. And after year two, is like they are doing graduation. They
You
will now
know,
graduate. They will now
mm,
graduate to key stage two,
too.
which is year
And
two.
their teachers will cry. I don't know. Do you cry when no, you are teaching bigger boys and girls, so you don't cry.
Yeah.
Do you know? I actually cry every time I send them off from key stage from EYFS to key stage one. And then when they leave the key stage one and they go on to key stage two, because they are now too cool for school, they'll be looking at you and say, this is big, we're big boys and girls now. And I'll be looking at them and thinking, oh, look at those tiny things that came in when.
Mm,
Yes. So we do cry. We the teachers we cry when they go up to the bigger years. But yeah, it's part of life cycle.
yeah. Yeah. So they now go to they are now big boys, big girls. They now go to key stage two, which is year 3 to 6. So from year 3 to 6, now they do proper. I say they have been learning, but that is when your child might bring one assignment on, and then you are wondering how is it done.
Yes.
And then you're wondering, I just battled with one before we started this live, and then you're wondering, how am I going to do this? How is it done? No matter the knowledge you have, I am a teacher, and sometimes I still call Jay. Hello, you are the primary school teacher. How do you do this? Multiplication table? Yes, that is the age and the class, the key stage whereby they do all they've been learning, but I call it they do all the learning because they're actually grooming them for key
Yeah.
stage three, which is the
Yeah.
secondary school. Yeah, which is the secondary. So after key stage two, year 3 to 6, then your child will graduate to key stage three, which starts from year 7. And that is the secondary
Yes.
school. So they go through year 7, they do different subjects. They do science. They do science too in primary school. They do science. And what we call science here is biology, physics, chemistry. Fine is broken down to their level. So they do
Yeah.
science, they do mathematics, they do English, they do other subjects as well. Drama, music, French, Spanish. Yes, we do Spanish here. So they do all that. And then when that is from year 7 to year 9. So
Yes. Oh Lord.
for key stage 4 is from year 10 and 11. So from year 10, 11, now they are preparing for their GCSE, they are preparing for GCSE math, GCSE English, GCSE science, and GCSE is equivalent to, um, I don't know what is used in the US. What is used in the US? I know you've taught in the US.
And so in the US, they don't have that. We have SATs at the end of the whole. They wait until the 12th, year 12, then they do
Oh,
SATs. And
okay.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
a
I think
lot. But the
that's
thing is,
different with
yeah, but
Nigeria.
in
Like
between,
you finish all the secondary school and then you do your WAEC and yeah.
yes, yes. In the US, though, each state is in charge of their own little board. So they might have
Oh,
projects and assessments that all add up, but the big exam that they do at the end is the SATs or the
oh,
yeah
okay,
to get into
okay.
uni, and then
Hmm.
that's marked. I think it's over there's 1,400 marks to be gotten. So it
Oh.
then depends on who gets what. So basically their own SAT. So what I would liken it to in Nigeria would be the JAMB.
Oh, right.
So
Right.
something like that, yeah, where
Mm.
it's multiple choice and you will fill it in. But SAT is the big thing that they are afraid of over there. They
Mm.
have exams. Each board sets their own exams, like I said, because each board is autonomous and they do their own thing. But usually they will have something like end of year exams, end of term assessments, and all those kind of things, which they add everything together to make what the child will call his diploma at the end of the school year.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. I don't know if this is the internet telling me something. Oh Lord, today is just not my day. I don't understand the internet here. I am filming from a different location today. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. The
Okay.
internet here is telling me that it's very weak, but we
Uh,
shall go on. The show must go on. The show must go on. So yes, so the SATs is basically the main thing that they write at the end of the exam year, at the end of their schooling.
okay. Okay. So when they prepare them for GCSE year 10, year 11, and what I love about preparing them for GCSE is just like we treat past questions depending on the exam board the school is using. Now, in the
Yes.
UK, we have schools that use different exam board, unlike in some countries whereby WAEC is WAEC,
Just
and
one.
that
Yeah.
is their own. I'm not saying it's bad, but that is what they use.
That's what they
Like
do. Yeah.
WAEC is WAEC, NECO is NECO. That's what they do. But here, schools have the exam board they choose from, and we have the OCR board, we have the AQA, we have the Pearson Excel. So it depends on what the school is actually using. And when they pass their GCSE, which is equivalent to WAEC in Africa. I know most African countries use WAEC, which is equivalent to WAEC. Then they would move to year 12 and 13, which is the key stage 5, which is also
Yes.
then they are big boys, which is also called the college. Yes, so they're
Yeah.
in the college. They no longer put on uniform. No, they're big boys. We don't do that.
Real big
Well,
boys and
some
girls.
school I've been
Some
to a
schools, yeah.
school.
I wanted to say some
Yes,
schools still
yes.
they still do the uniform thing.
I've been to some schools whereby, especially there was a school I taught where they used the high B curriculum I was talking about. The college students
Yes.
also put on uniforms.
Yeah.
Yes, put on. The only thing you would actually use in recognizing them is their ID card. They have like a professional ID card, different from those in the year 7,
Yeah.
year
Yeah.
8. You even know from their look that no, these
From the
ones
way
they
they
are
comport
our
themselves,
college
they
people.
want it's like they want to separate themselves
Yeah.
from the street children. And usually grammar schools and all these kind of things. Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, some of them, but most of them actually they just give them that privilege for them to know, okay, we are different from the year 7 students, and so, most schools they don't put on no they no longer put on their uniforms, but they will still dress corporate, good dressing, good moral dressing. They use their ID card, and then with the composure, you know that these ones are they are our year 12 and 13. So when they finish, so year 12 and 13 is like A level. No, not is
Yes.
like A level. It is A
It
level.
is A level. Yeah. It is A
It is
level.
A level. Yeah, it is A level. So when they pass through year 12 and 13, then they can go to the university.
Oh, you see, this is UK. The UK one is quite straightforward. Is it? I don't know. I think Nigeria, we used to have something like that. They used to call it HSC, upper six, lower six, and all those kind of things. So, if
Hmm.
anyone wants to understand the UK, the way this UK's educational system is staggered by key stages, just take a look at the old curriculum in Nigeria. India still uses something similar. some other countries, they use something similar where they have the early years key stage 1, key stage 2, key stage 3, key stage 4, and key stage 5, where they separate the college students. I think the reason why they do that is because after you finish your key stage 4, you can go and do apprenticeship. You don't need to go to university. So
Yes.
they do it in
Yes.
such a way that after each key stage, they have exit routes that they give them so that they can either go and do apprenticeship, or they can go and do university, or they can go and do the T levels, or because there's the B Tech, there's the T levels, there's the A levels,
Mm,
different ways for them to become useful to their community. Unlike some countries where there's only one way: you finish, you do jam,
yeah.
you go to university.
Yeah.
There's no real pathway for them to follow if they don't go through the academic route. Here
Mm,
for the BTech, those people who go and do BTech are those who they don't want to go through the academic route. They want to learn with hands-on experience. And
yeah.
so they go to technical schools, they go to schools for, they go and learn hairdressing, they go and learn food and nutrition and all those
Yeah.
kind of things. For those who do the
Mechanics.
Yes, mechanics. For those
Yeah.
who do the T levels, it's a combination of academics and BTech. And I'm going to explain that after I explain the A levels. The A levels is basically academic, pure academics. They do practicals in school, but it's mainly academics that they do. And then they go to university from there. So the T level is in between. It's as if it sits in between the A levels and the BTech, where they do 80% of hands-on work, and then 20% of, oh sorry, 80% of academics and 20% of hands-on work, where they still have the hands-on experience and they still have the academics. So it's like a mix of the two. It's like having A levels and BTech and doing it together. It's good for children who prefer to work with their hands, but they still want to go to university. So that combination will give them the credits that they get from working with their hands and the academic side of things. Now, before Mommy comes back, I don't know if this is my internet that's doing this. But I will quickly jump into the grade system and give you the equivalent of it. So the grade system starts from 0 to 5, and that will be the kindergarten. And there's junior K and senior K. Before they get to junior K, which is from 3 to 4, and then senior K will be 4 to 5, something funny like that. Like I said, different boards have different things that they do, but usually they have that in mind. And if you work at an international school, an American international school, they usually choose the board in the US that they work with. So I've worked in a school that chose to work with the New Jersey curriculum. For parents who are watching this, have a look at the board. If you go into a school and you ask that, maybe you're outside of your home country and you want your child to go to an international school and they're not doing the IB curriculum, they're telling you that they are doing the US curriculum. Please ask what US state board are they working with. Some will work with the New Jersey one, some will work with the Maine, some will work with the Texas, different. They, like I said, the states administer the boards and they tell you what they are doing in their own jurisdiction. Now, generally, children start school at 3. So 3 to 4 would be junior K, and 4 to 5 would be senior K. After they finish kindergarten, where they split into senior and junior and senior, they then go into the grade system. Now, please do not confuse the grade 1 for key stage for year 1 in the British system, because grade 1 in the American system is actually year 2 in the British system, because in the British system they have the early years, which is sort of split into year groups, and they follow the year groups. They stagger it. There's the 0 to 9 months, there's the 9 months. So actually they broke it down to follow how the children's milestones occur as they grew. So when they then get to a stage where they go into nursery, they are still within the month where they are calculating, is he walking, is he talking, is he crawling, is he able to reach out, is he able to verbalize his wants and his needs. They then get into the reception class in the key stage system. In the grade system, what the UK calls reception class, that is just 1 year, and the nursery, the American system has it in 2 years instead. So by the time they finish in kindergarten and they move on to the grade 1 and grade 2 and grade 3 system, then it now becomes still calculating by age. They then go grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, up to grade 12. How I would say it is that the whole of the primary section, which they call elementary, is grade 1 to 6. The next stage would be the junior high. Junior high is, what we in the UK would call year 7. They will call it to be part of junior high. So what the UK calls the key stage 3 is what the Americans will call junior high. When they finish from junior high, they go on to senior high, where they have the freshman, the sophomore, and the seniors, which is 3 years still, just like the key stage 4 in the UK system. After that, they write their SATs. They don't have year 13. They don't have year 13, but they all still finish in the same year. So when the year they turn 17, or between 16 and 17. So it looks as if the key stage system is longer, but it's not longer. It's just that the UK system, they spend more time in the early years fortifying the children, so to speak, but they all start school almost at the same time and they finish school around the same time, which is 16, 17. That's when
Yes.
they, oh, am I throwing balloons for
Okay.
myself? I don't know. How did I do that? Because I'm using my iPhone. Apple, Apple and our thing. So
And drama.
that's the yes. So that's how the American system is calculated. I know some parents would ask that. So if my child is in grade 4, what is the equivalent of grade 4 in the British system? The equivalent of grade 4 in the British system is year 5. So grade 4 in the American system will be grade 5 in the British system. Grade 5 would be year 6. Some schools in Nigeria, this is what we said before, they say they are international. I think I've worked in a school in Nigeria before where they were doing the children were in primary 4, but they were using some materials that they found online, and it was the children were in year 4, that's primary 4, and they were downloading materials from this site, and it said grade 4. The children were doing something that was not in their age range. Grade
Range, yeah.
4 is year 5 in the British system. Is not the same.
Yeah.
So we need to check that. If you are a school owner or a proprietress or a proprietor or whatever, please try to do the equivalency before you just administer this to the children, because it
Yeah.
doesn't serve them well in the end. They will struggle to understand the concept, and in the end they might end up cramming without any real knowledge of what they are doing in the end.
Yeah.
The American system, the Australian system, and the Canadian system are similar. It's they don't do they're similar in the sense that they all call them grades. They do kindergarten, they do grades, they do a 12-year system, except schools that decide that they want to do something different. In Spain, it's similar to the American system, but in Spain the children come into school at 2, not 3.
Okay. That's 3. Okay.
So this was something that we struggled with when we were in the early years. We struggled with this a little bit because even though it's a British school and we're teaching them using the British curriculum, the children come in a year younger than they're supposed to come in. So we try to drop them down because the British system covers for that in the early years already, where they already have the milestones the children need to cover at a certain age. So we try to drop them down. But the parents don't understand it. They think that we're making the children repeat. So sometimes when a national curriculum is exported from the country of origin, where the people understand what is going on, and is exported to a foreign country, there's always that little thing where you have to marry the country's laws, because in the Spanish public school the children start school at 2, and what we would call nursery, they do 2 to 3, then reception will be 3 to 4 instead of 4 to 5 that they do in the UK. You know, and then they get into year 1. They are turning is in the year they are turning 5. They are usually a year younger. When we moved to Spain, and my daughter was enrolled at school, she was at the same school where I was working, but they kept trying to tell me that she was the eldest in the class, which was, for me, it was very, very good, because she's born in July, so she's one of the
Yeah.
my son is an August baby. He was born
Oh,
on the day, the final cutoff mark, the 31st of August. So it was
uh,
always a struggle for me. He was usually the youngest in the class.
yes,
He
yeah.
was, he was not ready at all. Imagine he's in a class with people who were born the September of the previous
All the
year.
videos, yeah.
So he's usually the baby. But when we moved to Spain, they were now suddenly the eldest in the classroom. And I honestly, I genuinely loved it, because now it was like they were finally with their age mates, so to speak, that sort of thing. So if you're a parent, take note of that when you're enrolling your children into school. If you're a teacher, take note of that if you are going to work in a school curriculum. Ask questions. What curriculum do you use? Think about it from this life that we're doing today. The curriculum does not match up. Don't think that you've been employed in a grade 4 class and that means year 4. No, grade 4 means year 5. What other thing that do we need to tell them? About grades. I think we got a lot of questions about grades, and the confusion is genuine. I used to be confused too, until I now, but because I've worked everywhere, it just seemed as if, okay, I understood it after a while. What would you like to add to the grades that we've told them about today?
Okay, yeah, just like you have said, parents and teachers should watch out for the grades and then the equivalent. Yeah, so and also I think fine, it's just the grades and then the key stage that is still the same age range that they would graduate from the
Yeah, yeah,
key stages. Like in the UK, year 11, year 12 is till 18, and then they can go to the university. After the A level, they can go to the university. And then just like also the from the reception as well is from year 3. I mean, from the early years from year 3. And then recently as well, just as you mentioned that, I think you said in Spain is it started from A2, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So recently, also the UK government is, I think, yeah, it has been implemented, or they're still thinking about it. We think a lot in the UK, so they're starting from age 2. They are starting from age 2 as well, even 9 months. Because in my daughter's nursery now, they have like a what's it called, like a corner for the babies, and so beautiful. They made it.
Yes.
They send the picture to all the parents online. It's so beautiful. I just love it. Fine, I love the early
Yeah.
years, but I love you people, but
Oh, I forgot to add Norway. The Norway, Scandinavia. Their own is their own is different in another way.
different. Okay.
The children don't start school until they're 7. They start school at
Okay.
7. So nursery or kindergarten is from 0 to 6. The year you turn 6 is so that when you now go to your grade 1, you start from, yeah. So yeah, that was another big thing too, because when we
Yeah,
were
I
in
think I
Norway,
think this not the same as what we have in Nigeria. I think so. You know, we have
where they
all
start
these
school at 7.
kindergarten. Yeah, like if we're just saying they start school early, but when you think about it, they have all these pre-nursery, kindergarten one,
Yes,
kindergarten two,
yes.
pre-nursery,
Two
nursery
and
one, nursery two.
three.
So I think they're like
Yes.
6 years. Yeah, and then they will now get to primary
7.
one, which is
Mm,
yeah, which is 6 years.
when they are
I think it's
7
the
years
same.
old. Yes. So it's
Yeah.
pre-nursery, nursery 1, nursery 2, nursery 3, or
Mhm. Yes.
KG1,
Exactly.
KG3.
Yeah.
And in those classes, the children don't write anything. What they do, they have forest school, they have baking, they have singing, they have
Oh,
drama to enhance their language, singing to
mm,
enhance their maths because of the musical notes. They actually learn
mm,
all those things. And the beats. So they have the beats where they go quarter beat, half beat. You'll be surprised nursery children are learning this, but it helps them with their maths later because you've taught them
mm.
fractions and they beat it out. So it'll be or that sort of thing. And it's
Okay.
fun when you teach in the nursery over there, because you sort of understand that, oh, okay, this thing, it looks like play, but it's not play. They're actually putting their brain into it. We do not bring pen, paper, nothing near the school at all in nursery. They they do things that, very sensory, very cognitive, and at the end of the day, when they get into year 1, look, you don't need to tell them to. The way they will solve the maths for you, the way they will do they will write for you, because it's almost as if you've put everything into their brain from play.
Yeah.
And it's really, really nice. I enjoyed it, let me just put it that way. As an early years teacher there, I enjoyed it because I wasn't marking anything. But we were doing a lot of lesson plans, and the lesson plans would help you see a different side of education and what children can achieve when you actually put a lot of effort into their foundation or their kindergarten years. It's really nice. It's really nice.
Mm,
I think that's why Scandinavia, they're always topping charts. When you talk about literacy rates, they're always topping charts. Not because the children are extra smart, but because of the amount of energy that they put into the kindergarten or their formative years, which then helps them later on in their primary education. You know,
mm,
it's really nice. I would challenge anyone, if you want to take a look at what they do. There are courses that they do that you can always link. I can always we can always add to this video, and you can see their tours. There are companies that take care of the tours where you go and do maybe 6 weeks in a Scandinavian school, and you see what they do in Scandinavia with their children. Even if it's snowing outside, they are going outside, they are building tents, and it's not the teachers that will build it for them. The children have to talk about. I think I remember once we were teaching them about weather, and we had to take them outside. We took them outside. We were doing it was an IB school too, so we had to do all those things practically. It's like Montessori,
okay.
but you're doing it for the whole. Montessori is usually
Yes.
kindergarten, but in
Mhm.
Norway it's Montessori, but you're doing it for the whole of primary. So they're still
Right.
doing all those thinking. They're building their critical learning skills and all those kind of things, and it's the whole of primary. And I really enjoy this. I wish I could go back. I wish I could go back. It is really nice.
Wow. So, guys, you can see that all over the world we have different grades and key stages in schools. And I would like to chip in something. I intended to make like a full video on this, but it's just something since we're already talking about understanding the grades and the key stages as well. So, for
Yeah.
like immigrants coming into like bringing your children abroad, you have children that have probably passed their WAEC already, or they already
Yes.
passed their WAEC or passed their NECO already. WAEC I'm saying is used mostly in Africa. So I'm talking about Africans, people coming from Africa, or even if
Yeah.
you're from coming from other countries as well. In the UK, we use what we call NARIC. In the US, Canada, Australia, they use WES. So please, when you bring in these children, don't start running after shifts. That's just a joke. Try and compare their certificates so that you know where they stand.
Yes. Because today we've talked about how different countries do different things. This country is year 4, in this country is year 5, in this country. It means that wherever you're coming from, you need to convert whatever your child has properly
Yeah.
before you bring them to any country. If you're moving, for example, you're moving from the US to the UK. Let me use that because it's the easiest one that can come to my head right now. Coming with your child from the US to the UK, you don't expect because the child is in grade 3 in the US, he will now come to the UK and be in grade 3. It's not
Mm.
possible. Your child will be in that class and your child will be lost. Now, if you're coming from Africa, or let me give you an example of Nigeria, you're bringing your child from Nigeria and you're bringing your child to the UK. If your child is in grade 1 in Nigeria, do not expect to put your child in grade 1 in the UK. You have to find the equivalency and then put your child in that equivalent class. They will usually go by age, but you can provide the support at home by knowing
Mm.
the equivalent key stage that that child
Yeah.
belongs to. We've done a live before where we're talking about parents and how parents expect children to just move from one curriculum to the other and they know everything. It is not
Mm.
possible. The grades are different, the curriculum is different, the culture is different. Please, let's help these children because it's not helping them. I think I have an example of a child who moved from South Africa, moved from South Africa to the UK. In South Africa, she was an older child. Like we just said today, grade 1 in Nigeria, they start, or in Norway, they start at 7. Now, this child came to the UK, and because she was 7, she was put in year 3.
Yeah.
But in her own country, she should have been in grade 1.
Grade
So
one. Yeah.
that automatically gives the child, it's like you've thrown the child in the middle of the sea. You've dropped the
Mm.
child from your country where she's 7, she's just going into grade 1. You've come to the UK where 7 is year 3. That means the child didn't do year 1. He doesn't know how to add, subtract,
Mm.
multiply, divide.
Yeah.
Then they go to they've not done year 2. Then you
Mm.
throw the child in year 3. It is your right as a parent to bring your child's equivalency to say this is what my child was doing before. The teachers are trained in the UK, even me that have gone around the world, we are trained to do differentiation. They
Yeah.
should understand that that child is not at the level because of the age, because it's coming from a different system, and they should support that child. If
Yeah.
you're a teacher coming to teach in the diaspora and you are used to a different curriculum and a different way of teaching, you have to help yourself understand the key stages, understand the requirements for the key stages, and how to support these children. For example, you are coming from a different system to a system that you are struggling with. A child might be coming from, you might have a child in your class who's coming from a different system too. We don't teach them the same. You should find the equivalency, you should help the child, and it will help everybody in the long run. Big talk. This is big talk. This is something I struggled with at the beginning of my career. I really struggled because I didn't understand. I thought, it's not the same, it's the same grade, it's the same. Well, what are we talking? It's teaching. Teaching is teaching.
Mm.
No, no,
Yeah.
no. Our job is to scaffold the learning and to help. And to teach
Yeah.
the parents of those children who are coming from outside so that they don't start, because some of them might say, oh, but I mean, the parents of the child that came from Scandinavia to my class, they understood. They had done a lot of research. So they understood that there was a lot of things that their child had to catch up with. Their child had never written before in her life. She doesn't write. She can talk because they have a lot of audio materials that they can use to record. They use the laptop, they use iPads, they record movies. If they want to tell a story, they have a way they record it. They do stop frame animation, everything to do with their hands. And that was her the first time she was going to be holding a pen, because she was coming into year 3 and she had not even done grade 1 or 2. So it was hard for her at first, but she picked up in the end, because she was really very smart. She picked up in the end, but that's because she's really she's one of those kind of children. She's very curious. Imagine if she was not a curious child and she was now struggling. It would be up to me to help that child. And if I don't know it myself,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
it's a bit tough. It's a bit
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah,
Have you ever had
exactly.
a child who has come from a different system into your class,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
teach the new ones? How do they cope?
It's too easy and they wonder why am I here? Because
Yeah,
here you are entitled to your opinion. You can children here speak. They speak their
yeah,
mind. Even
yeah,
my
yeah, yeah,
children,
yeah, yeah.
when you tell them no, they would ask you, why did you say no? You have to give reasons. You can't just say no. You have to
So is
do.
in EYFS curriculum? EYFS teacher talking here, please. We call it communication and language. You have to communicate. You
You
have to
have
say,
you
tell me
have to
no, and tell
explain
me why you told me no.
why you
We
have
teach
just said
them
no.
exactly. We teach them how to say it in class. So is it home? Of course, they'll come and practice on you.
So you just have to tell them, okay, mom, can I take this banana? And then you say no. Why?
Yeah.
Why have you
Well,
said
why?
no? Okay. Why? Because okay, then you have to explain because you've had one today, or because I don't want you to take that now because you'll be having your dinner later.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you have to explain.
Yeah.
So yes,
This one
you're
we are
so
talking to parents now. You see, we teachers are telling you what we experience in school. We teach the children how to communicate and explain. Then they come home and you say, don't take that, and the child says why, and you say, come on, people, you have to learn. If they ask you a question, you must answer, because that's what they do to us in school. The teachers, we teach them how to communicate from the early years. From 0 to 9 months, we see, can the child respond to his name? Can he can he vocalize? Can he make sounds to show that he needs something? By the time they get the second stage is 22 to 15 months. We count them in months. From this month to
yeah.
this month, the child should be able to do this.
Mm.
Then they come home and you tell them no, and you don't give them why the no is no. Or you give a child an apple and you don't say, here's an apple, here's a banana, choose one. Because we do
Mm.
choosing at school. So that by the time they get to mommy, they have turned to big lions. Eh? They know they're right. They will quote the right. I mean, you heard my daughter quoting rights for me one time. I think you
Yeah,
heard her.
yeah,
She,
yeah.
she, she will quote her rights. She'll tell you the UN says, and this says, she will quote her rights. She'll tell you no. We're joking, but she was serious. She was joking serious, quoting her rights and telling me exactly why she had to do something else instead of what I was asking her to do. So
Mm.
and I think I've heard your daughter, even though she's in nursery, she will tell you why something has to happen in a certain way,
Yeah. Why?
and why you should understand why it should happen. And I was like, yes, early years teachers, we're doing our jobs. We're doing our jobs. Oh my goodness.
So yeah, I've had that. So is either it's too easy for them or they were taught differently from their country and then they are wondering what's going on.
Yes. Yeah.
In my
I
country, we actually write our
a different.
signature and sign off on the right. So why are you saying we should write it on the left? Yeah,
Exactly,
you have
exactly.
to.
I like how you brought that up. You see, in the UK, when you're writing something as simple as date, the date, you write the day, a stroke, the month,
Month
stroke, the year. In the US, it's not the same. In the US, you write the month, then the day.
and then the year.
So today's date. If I write the date today to be 2nd of February, so 02 2025. in the US is O2, O2. But if it was March, for example, it would be O3
Yeah.
before O2. In Spain, it's the same as the US.
Wow.
They write the date in Spain the way they write it in the US. So you can imagine something as simple as date is different in two different countries.
Yeah.
Curriculum will not be the same. It will not be the same. It's
Yeah.
very different. And if
Yeah.
we do not know all of this, we cannot help the children who will come into our classrooms. And if we cannot help the children who are coming into our classrooms, we might not be able to help our own biological children at home. So we need to get on top of things and learn, because yeah, that's the first way to help them. Give them
Yeah.
that carpet, that scaffolding, that support. Yeah.
Mhm.
When they
Yeah.
come into your class, and that, do you know what? I love going into the older years. One, because I'm a very curious person. Two, because I want to see where my own children are going to end up.
Mm.
What is it that those children are struggling with in their big age that we can correct
Correct.
gradually
Yeah. From the early
from
years.
from the early years? Yes, I'm from Key Stage 1 or Key Stage 2. I'm currently across the school, but Key Stage 2 is my baby right now. And we see many Key Stage 3 teachers complaining that Key Stage 2 teachers are not, especially children who come in, immigrant children who come into the country. There are so many things that they still lack when they get to Key Stage 3.
Mm.
And I wish that we could have a forum for parents where we'll gather them and tell them, okay, guys, this is the secret. This is how you help them. This is what you do with them at home. As teachers, we know what we are seeing in the class. Before they get to mommy, please talk to me so that they can, so that by the time they get to mommy, they are secure, so that we will not have blessings parents on the internet again.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
It's a big thing.
Yeah.
Because before she got to that stage, there would have been things that they should have helped her with before
Mm.
she got to that stage.
Mm.
That school cannot do it alone. Education starts from home. Let's be serious.
Yeah.
Education starts from home.
Yeah.
This is a very passionate topic for me. Not just for the children, but for the teachers who are coming from outside, who will be coming
Yeah.
into this system. Because the way the children struggle, the teachers too will struggle if they don't know
Mm.
that there's a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. When they come to you, I know you are happy when you see the ones that go, oh, it's too easy, because those ones, you can, it's easy, you can, how to help them. But it's the ones that come and they don't even have a clue. How do you cope with those ones? I want to even hear, because this is a big children's teacher. Let me learn. I've got my pen and my paper. Let me start writing it down. How do you help them?
There's something you said earlier, which I love about teaching abroad, especially teaching in developed countries, which is
Yeah.
differentiation. When I was still doing my planning on Thursday, Friday, you would think I was going because I needed to like search for resources for each like for each group I have in my class, because I have differentiated them. Okay, this is my group 1, this is my
Yeah.
group 2, this is my group 3. So for the group 1, which is maybe those that are finding it a difficult, or okay, we are still starting, we are still learning. For my
Yeah.
group 1, still the same topic, not that I'm teaching different topic, still the same topic. I have like a comprehension for them. In fact, it's the same comprehension, which I can just share right now. So
Yeah.
that it's the same comprehension, but is actually based on their ability. So those that are probably, okay, they're struggling a bit, I have a particular tax for those, resources for those. The middle, this my group 2, I have for them as well. And my group 3 that, okay, this thing is too easy, I also have for them. It's too easy, right? No problem.
Please let me now give you the one from the system they are coming from, so that
You
you will
found
see
that?
that.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
I have for them as well. So everyone is learning, no one is left out. Those that, okay, they are not in the it's too easy stage, yeah, they have what to do, and they're learning as the same as those that they are in the it's too easy stage.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, let
Everybody's cracking on.
exactly
Everybody's
everybody.
cracking
Yes,
on. Yeah,
yes, exactly, and that is the beautiful thing I love about teaching in developed countries, unlike maybe
yeah,
some other countries whereby everyone is just thrown into the sea and then you just teach the whole class the same
yeah,
thing, whereby some are left out because they could not catch up with some other students, which is
yeah,
quite good. Yeah,
yeah.
you just have to differentiate.
Do you know what? I feel like as teachers, we have a special place in heaven. We do, because what we are doing, and we are doing it with a smile on our faces, and we're doing it with the passion from our hearts, not from just here. No, we're doing it from the bottom of our hearts. I think there's a special reward for us. Yesterday, someone reached out to me on Facebook. She said, "Do you remember me?" And I'm like, I looked at the name. I said, "Your name looks familiar," but I didn't want to say anything because I first looked at her age. I quickly went to her profile and looked at her age because I don't like it when they're young and they contact me. I don't. But this one was she's 19 now.
Okay.
She said,
Okay.
"You taught me when I was you taught me in the EYFS." I said, "Oh my goodness, you remember?" She said, "No, forget how you used to roll on the floor with us." But it gave me a lot of joy in my heart. You know,
Mm.
it gave me a lot of joy in my heart. She's in Canada now. I taught her in the UK. So
Oh,
wow, that was a that was a while ago. I feel
yeah.
young. I don't feel old. I feel young. But it was nice. She's in the university now. She's in her first year in the university, and she said that she loved school because
Mm.
of how I didn't show that I was everything in the classroom. I used to tell them, I don't know this one. Let's check it together. So it made her
Yeah.
understand that,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Mm.
if my teacher doesn't know this and she's able to
Mm.
tell us, it means that yes, I can get there. And it made her want to learn as well.
Yeah.
And that she said it carried her through school.
Mm.
Guys, today we have given you the bottom of the pot. In my country, when you give somebody bottom pot, it means that you're giving the person the sweetest part of the gist. We have given you the sweetest part of the gist today, and we hope that you will be with us on our next live. Because of our schedule this year, we decided that we'll be limiting the live to just once a month. So you will see our adverts will always go up because we'll put the just check our channels. You'll see the advert telling you coming soon, and it will tell you the topic of our next live. We hope that you've enjoyed today's live session. We have enjoyed it, sharing our knowledge, our expertise, and we look forward to hearing from you where we would, have a lot of people that would, comment. Do we have any comments? I can't see comments on my side of this because I'm using
Oh,
my phone.
yeah, we have, but it's just like people saying, hello, hello,
Oh,
glad to be
hi.
here. Hi, everyone. Such
Let me
an high
see.
honor.
Yes. You
Okay.
guys know when I'm using my phone or my Mac, when I'm not using my HP phone, yes, you
Oh,
can
okay.
see.
Someone said Omowumi is looking nice. Oh, okay.
See. Let me add that for me looking nice. Thank you so much, guys, for being with us on this journey. We hope that we've explained the key stages as much as we can. I know we can't cover it all on this
Yeah.
because we would like to know what questions you have. We might have said some things that were easy to us, but maybe it's still a little bit woolly for you guys. But if you drop your comments down below, we can answer those comments and maybe even make a whole video, not a live, or maybe a live or a comment where we can then explain the key stages and the grades and the equivalents deeper or better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming onto this live with us. We we've enjoyed having you guys here. I know the internet was not very good from my end. I'm really sorry about that. I put my hand up for that. I should have I should have prepared. I'm filming from a different place, that's why. So how will we say? Uh, see you next time we have the live, and look out for our advert on our channels, or I can either put it on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram. We'll put it out there for you guys to know when next you can join us. Until next time, bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye. How do I turn it off on my phone? Ha! Technology. Okay.